Hi, Chris. It's Chris Koppin up in Oshawa calling. How are you?
I'm doing well, man. How are you?
I'm not doing too bad at all. Thanks for joining me today, man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Right on. Well, we're just going to get right into it if that's okay with you.
Have at it.
Are you doing a whole bunch of these today?
Oh, yeah. We've got a list.
Oh, the list. You got to love when you come in someplace and they got a list for you, eh?
All right, man, I can't really complain. It's anybody that wants to talk to. I remember when people didn't have a list. They were like, well, we got like 2 or 3 people.
There you go. The evolution of Chris Young right there for you. Now you want the list, right?
I much prefer the list to no list.
Right on. Okay, here we go. We're joined live on the phone right now by Chris Young. Hello, Chris. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Thanks so much for joining us today. Boy, you've had quite the little ride here recently, haven't you?
Really, the past year and a half, 2 years has been pretty unreal for us with just the tours we've been on, getting to go out with Alan Jackson and Rascal Flatts and the 3 number ones, and then going into now our new song Tomorrow that's taken off for us. It's been pretty good. I can't complain.
I heard that Tomorrow did 30,000 downloads in the first week. That is incredible.
It was pretty cool. I mean, that's the most. I think here recently we actually passed it on 1 week. I think we did 37 1 week, and
Wow.
it's just insane how many people are going and getting the single and just hearing the song. I mean, usually it takes a while for kind of a song to build and people to start singing it, and this one, right after we released it, there was people at shows singing this song, and it just is a really good feeling, especially knowing that it's the first single off of a new record.
Exactly. We're speaking with Chris Young. He's got his brand new album, Neon, coming out. Great website, chrisyoungcountry.com. I want one of those Save Water, Drink Beer T-shirts, by the way.
We'll have to get you one, man. That's actually obviously a song title that's going to be on the new album. But
Right.
As soon as I heard that, I was like, man, this is going to sell T-shirts.
Oh, no, that's fantastic. I fell in love with it the moment I saw it. So listen, back in 2006, you win Nashville Star. I mean, that's a huge accomplishment for you. And since then, Grammy nominations, like, how does the man who released that first self-titled album reconcile himself to all the success? It's incredible.
Well, I mean, if you'd gone back and asked me when I put that first album out if I thought I was going to be Grammy nominated, I'm not sure what I would have told you back then. That's been a while. But
what a pat in the back.
It's such an amazing thing, and that was really something that I celebrated pretty hard about. Just there's a lot of people that never get the opportunity to have, first of all, more than one record on a record label. Here we are about to put out our third, but to have a Grammy nomination, to have some of the nominations for things that we've gotten to do, some of the shows with people that we've gotten to do over the past year and a half, it's pretty unreal.
It's also led you to a place where, I mean, you recorded this last album in Studio B, RCA Studio B in Nashville, with the great James Strutt. I mean, Elvis Presley recorded in that studio.
You know, we actually recorded it down in Ocean Way. We previewed this the album in Studio B, and it's kind of funny because James has recorded in there, and he's played with a bunch of people in Studio B, and even going back to when I was in college. When I was actually in college in Nashville, I did a project where I went down, and I've always been a huge Keith Whitley fan, and we recorded a couple songs for like a student project, and I remember sitting in that building going, man, this is so cool to get to record in here. And then when we played Neon, the new album for people in that room, it was just kind of a full circle thing, knowing that I'd been in that room 6 years earlier, you know, no record deal, nothing really going on other than playing whatever writer's night I could get, and then now here we are going into a new album cycle with probably one of the biggest songs that I've ever had, at least at this point, with Tomorrow, and just really excited about it.
Speaking with Chris Young, he's got his new album Neon coming out. Yeah, you mentioned it Tomorrow. I mean, there's some good stuff on there, but that song really seems to be capturing imagination, doesn't it?
I don't know what it is about that song. I will say that the day after we wrote it, anytime I write a song, I always save it in my phone and just record a copy of us playing it down. And then the next day when I wake up, when it's kind of fresh and out of my mind, I'll play it back and see if, you know, is this song as good as we thought it was? Is it worse? Is it, you know, right where we expected it to be? And it's so cool with this one because I heard it and called both of the guys that I wrote it with, and it was just freaking out, going, man, I think this is our first single. And then
gotta love it when it all comes together. Like, because I mean, the recording process is so crazy. Picking out the songs and then that gem,
It's very rare for you to write something and go, I think this is gonna be the first single, and then it gets recorded correctly in the studio, and it has that little piece of magic with it, and then everybody agrees on it, and then it's doing well out at radio. It's rare for all of that stuff to fall into place. So I definitely have a healthy respect for the fact that it's doing so well.
Speaking with Chris Young, I was actually on ChrisYoungCountry.com, and you've got a pretty full tour summer, don't you? Good for you.
Really, the biggest part of it's going to be we're out with Jason Aldean all summer, and really excited to be out with him. And between that and a couple of our own shows here and there, I don't know that I actually have anything off until like November.
That's I mean, these are the gravy times for you right now. I mean, that's fantastic.
I'm going to enjoy it for sure, especially being out there with Jason right now. He's just blowing up, and those crowds that he's drawing in right now are huge.
Well, the new stuff he's come out with is capturing everybody. And there you are, Chris Young, right there with him. It's really fantastic to talk to you today. Continued success. I love it when one of the most incorrectly used phrases in music is the overnight sensation. And I heard someone call you that, and I was like, oh yeah, ask him what he thinks about that, because you've been going at it for a while, and good on you.
All I'll say is I had more 37s than number ones at one point. So the overnight success thing, I'll take it. But it's been a good 5-6 years of overnight success.
Brand new album's coming out on July 12th, right?
July 12th, yes, sir.
Right on. And you're going to be up close to us in Buffalo this weekend, right?
We are. We're going to be up there playing a show. I'm really looking forward to it. Figure we'll probably see a couple people cross into town for that.
Perfect. So if you're kicking around the area and you want to see a really great performer who's cut his teeth on the road, Chris Young, June 3rd in Buffalo, Coca-Cola Field. Thanks again for joining us, buddy. Continued success.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
That was perfect.
Hey, man, I appreciate the time.
Absolutely. You keep on going, and really, congrats on everything. You really made a name for yourself.
Thank you, brother.
Carolyn, one of the other on-air here, everyone's loving the new tune. Honestly, it's all those accolades are true. It's funny.
You can't just say tomorrow. You got to sing it.
Yeah, exactly. She said you just can't say tomorrow. You got to sing it.
Everybody laughs because now they do this like the little head dip when they sing it. Everybody. So anytime anybody looks at it, you know exactly what I'm talking about,
perfect.
don't you?
All right, man. Thanks so much for taking some time for me today.
All right. Thank you, guys.
See you later.